Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So what we're going to do today is we're going to have a look at a camping stove, and that camping stove being one from Fire Maple. This is the X2 Fire Start cooking stove. So what we're going to do is we'll have a look at the stove itself. I'll show you putting it together. We'll also go through some of the details such as like the weight without the canister, weight with the canister. And then what we'll do at the end of the video, we'll also give it a boil test and time to see how long it takes to boil 500 mils of water. So as you can see from initial view, the Fire Maple comes in this nice netted bag. So what I'll do is I'll take it out of the bag firstly so we can have a look at it. So when you first take the Fire Maple out of the bag, this is what you're presented with. You've got a insulated cover on the side which actually removes from the stove so that you can wash the stove unit itself. It's got a handle on top here which also fixes the lid to it, and then it's also got a little metal like secure tether here on top. So what I'll also do is I'll open up the pot now, the stove, and I'll show you what you get inside with the stove when you purchase it. Just to also let you know, these are currently £69.95 on Amazon at the moment. There is also a £10 off voucher, so you can get this for £59.95. And what I'll do is I'll leave a link in the description to where you can go and purchase this one of these if you're interested. So yeah, to open up the stove firstly, what you just need to do is just release the little secure tether, which if you just slightly push down on the lever, it actually releases that from there. So yeah, you can just release that off firstly. The handle itself on top, what happens is that actually folds out, so the handle folds out here and then that clicks into place. And then to close the handle, there's a little button just on the inside here that what you have to do, just press it and then that folds it back over the top. So yeah, so initially you fold out the handle. As I said, that's nice and secure, it's not going to go anywhere. On top you've got a plastic lid with a rubber sort of little handle, obviously so that it doesn't get hot when the water's boiling. So that's the first thing on top. And then inside the actual canister itself, you've got a couple of things in there. The first thing being that's inside of here is the little pot, is the pot stand when I can get it out. So yeah, so you've got the pot stand here, which I'll show you how that fits on top. So not only obviously you can use it just for boiling up water, you can also use it to put your pots and pans on and cooking. What you have to do on this is when you are fitting it is you just have to fold these tabs out, just like so, and then when they're all folded out, that makes the flat surface then for your pots and pans to go onto, and then obviously yeah, you can fold it back up. So yeah, first thing in the stove you get is the pot stand. Then what you've got in there is the main burner. So it's got a piezo igniter, so there's no need for obviously separate lighting of the system. And then what you've also got on the bottom here is you've got your little regulator to regulate obviously how much flow of gas you want and heat wise. And what happens is just on the bottom there is a threaded there's a threaded part on there where what you can do is you just screw your gas canister straight onto the bottom. But what I'll do is when we get into it a little bit more, I'll show you how that fits on. And then yeah, on top of there is the area for where you secure the Fire Maple stove itself. So, and then finally what you also get in here is, final thing just in the bottom, is your gas canister stand. So obviously if you're on uneven ground, you can get the gas canister stand out, which just the legs will clip in. And then what happens is there's some little notches here on the stand itself, and then what you just do is you just clip it in like so, and then it just sits on the bottom, and then you can pop that wherever you need to. So yeah, so with regards to the actual the container itself, On the bottom you can see, like, as you can probably imagine, it's a bit like the Jetboil but just a cheaper version. You get your wind deflector in the bottom, which also then is going to penetrate your heat solely into the bottom of the stove, and you're not going to get any wind coming through blowing the actual stove out. So what you do is, just to fit the actual stove, when you're attaching the stove to the actual burner, is you've got through little notches here. There's 3 of those little notches all the way around, so you've got 3 of the notches here, and then what you just do is you get those notches lined up with the bottom, so you can see on here there's some little like notches inside. You just pop those and then pop the notches in, give it a twist, and then that's firmly locked in then into the actual stove itself. So what I'll do is I'll quickly set it up all together, and then I'll show you it as one complete unit. So as I said, with the stove pot itself, obviously this is a 230 gram gas canister. Now this gas canister, along with the rest, actually fits inside the pot. I'll show you how it all goes in, because the first time I ever did it, I couldn't figure out life nor nothing how it all fitted in together, but I will show you how it all fits in with your gas canister as well. So then all you've got is, you haven't got to have your gas canister separate to the actual pot itself. So when it first comes, obviously the little regulator tab, that's flipped over, so what you just need to do is flip that out. Just make sure obviously that it's not on, so when we do put the gas canister on, loads of gases are going to leak out. So all that you need to do is just put your gas canister just on there. I'll do it this way, just makes it a little bit easier. So yeah, just screw it on like so, give it a spin round, you'll hear the gas come out, tighten it down, and then that's the actual stove and gas canister secured together. And then, as I showed you, all that you need to do is pop your little gas, your stand in, like so, and then pretty much all that's finally left is you've got your stove. As I said, you just line it up with the 3 notches inside the stove, just give it a twist together, and then, as I said, you can pretty much, yeah, it's not going to go anywhere. And then finally, obviously, you've got the lid as well to pop on there. So yeah, so that's the stove as it is, as a complete unit. What I'll do is I'll just take the pot off quickly, and I'll also show you the attachment for putting so you can put your pans on it. So yeah, so as I said, just unclip that, pretty easy. So what you do, all you need to do is just open out all 4 of those tabs, and then on the metal ring here, along with the notches as well, this just sits on top. So you pop it on top, line it all up with the notches, get them all lined on there. Just 1 second, sometimes it's a little bit fiddly just to get one of them on. Right, so yeah, so all of them are on there, as you can see, if you don't turn it. However, if you do turn it and lock it in, it then does become pretty solid. It's not going to go anywhere, and then that's your unit as it is. Pop your pans on top, and you can cook with that on top. So what I'll also do is, what I'll do is I'll quickly switch over. I've actually got a set of scales here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take the gas canister off, pop the pieces back in the pot, and then we'll weigh it without the gas canister in. I'll show you then how the gas canister fits inside of the actual pot itself, all together, and then we'll weigh it again, and I can give you a weight then of what it would weigh. This is a brand new full canister as well. We'll weigh the canister as well, so you'll know the difference between the weight without the gas canister and with the gas canister. So yeah, so if you just take that off, just fold all those back in, just like so, and then just unscrew the stove part off the top of the canister. Take that off, 1 second, right, and then we'll just fold the legs up. So I'll show you firstly, we'll put it away. So when you without the gas canister in it, it's pretty simple. The actual gas stand itself slots on just over the top there. What I tend to do is, rather than trying to drop it in and the plastic falling to the bottom, then it doesn't fit, put it upside down like that, pop it, and then inside the pot there. And then if you don't have the gas canister in it at the moment, you just pop the pan stand in there as well, pop the lid back on, or pop the lid on for a second, and then when you do put the lid on, obviously for the lid to shut, if you have it that way, when you close the lid, it's not going to close. So yeah, just flip it round, secure the little tab in. So what I'll do now is I'll just jump it onto the scales here, and I will quickly weigh it for you and let you know exactly what the weight is without the gas canister. So the combined weight without the gas canister in the stove itself is 589 grams. So yeah, so without a gas canister, the unit itself is 589 grams. As I said, this is a full gas canister. So what I'll do is I'll pop the canister on, give you a separate weight on the canister, and then we'll combine them all together. I'll show you how the gas canister fits inside of the stove itself, and then we'll give it an overall combined weight, and I'll let you know then what the weight of the overall unit is. So gas canister weight is, so the gas canister, full 230 gram gas canister is 378 grams. So that's a full canister. And then what I'll show you is, I'll show you how we get it all in here. So what we have to do is take everything back out. So to get everything in with the gas canister, it's the same principle as first. With the stove part, what I tend to do is do this little bit firstly, is when you pop that on, you might think that it just sits on top like that. If you sit it on top, you won't be able to get the pan stand on top of it. So what you actually have to do is just push it down, and then you hear it clip in, and then that's clipped over the top of the stove. To get it off sometimes can be a bit fiddly, but if you just give it a little twist, it comes off. So yeah, so pop that on there, so that puts that all as one unit. And as I said, what I do is get the canister stand, pop that over the top like so, turn the pot upside down, pop it in, and then as you can see from there, that's with the gas canister in the top. And then what you do with the pot stand is you flip it upside down like so, and then you pop that on top, so it looks like that when you pop it on top, and then you pop the lid on, fold the handle over again, clip it into place, and then you can transport that all as one. Obviously saves room that you've got the canister in there as well, so you can fit, the maximum you can fit is a 230 gram canister in there, and fit everything else in. But yeah, if you want to take more, have a look more at details and stuff, as I said, I'll leave a link in the description to where you can purchase this from Amazon, and it will also give you some details in there as well for you to have a look at. So what we'll do is give it a weight, combined weight now of what it weighs all together, and then what we'll do is after I've given it a quick weight, I'll jump the camera over, we'll come down onto the table, and then we'll get the unit set up, and we'll see how long it takes to boil 500 mils of water. So weight test with it all. So the combined weight with the canister inside the stove as well is 968 grams, so just under a kilo as a combined weight altogether. Now I did start off taking this with me, however, as you can imagine, it's not exactly small. It would be better if for going away for a few days, if you was taking a larger rucksack, but just for an overnight camp, it's just a little bit too much and a little bit too much weight. I have got another stove with a titanium cook pot and the MSR pocket rocket with a little small canister, and that comes in at just over 400 grams. So I'm saving about half of the weight not taking this. But so what I'll do is I'll drop the camera down onto the table, and we'll get this set up, and then we'll do the bore test. So switched over now to the table. So we've got the unit here. I've also brought water container. I've pre-measured it out. It's we've got 500 mils of water pre-measured out there. So what we'll do is we'll get the stove set up. So yeah, pop the little lid handle over. We don't need the pan stand at the moment, so we'll leave that to one side. Take the gas canister and that out, and as I said, all that you need to do is I just sort of give it a little twist like so, and then it separates. It's a little bit tight, but yeah. So you got gas canister, and then we'll get the pot stand out. I have found in the wind, I've used this in the wind outside, I've not had it blow out once due to any wind blowing it out previously. So yeah, obviously the wind protector and that on the bottom protects it pretty well. So let's get this set up. So we get the canister stand out, pop that there. We obviously, as I said, flip out the regulator, just make sure that it's switched off before we attach it. We'll attach that to the gas canister like so. Just pop it on top. You'll hear when it obviously it does let a little bit of gas out. So each time obviously that you are going to be doing it, you're going to be losing a little bit of gas. So yeah, we'll pop that into the stand. Use this. There you go. So there you go, that's in the stand. We'll put the 500 mils of water in. So if we switch that over, as I said, 500 mils. There is also inside of the pot itself, there is a indicator measure. Oh, sorry, it's a 1 litre pot. So it gives you a measurement up to 1 litre on inside the pot. So yeah, so we'll put the 500 mils of water in. And then what we'll do is we'll get it on, get it started. I'll put the stopwatch on as well, and then we can see. So yeah, so just get the 3 holes, get the holes lined up, give it a close like so, and then we'll also pop the lid on. Let's just switch over. We'll pop the stopwatch, get the stopwatch ready. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the gas. The only other thing that I do notice is, although it is a regulator, it sort of sometimes seems to be quite all or nothing. You can turn it down a bit, but as you'll hear, it's quite powerful, and it is quite noisy. So I'll turn the gas on, light her up, and then start the stopwatch now. See how long it takes. So a minute and a half currently, and the steam's starting to come out of the top of the unit now. So that's a minute and a half in. So that's 2 minutes, coming up to 2 minutes shortly. And it's pretty much nearly, I'd say it's probably boiling now, so if we get ready, that's now boiling inside. So that was 2 minutes, 15 seconds to boil. So as you can see, let's pop that off. So yeah, so as you can see, pretty quick to boil. 500 mils of water took 2 minutes, 15 seconds to boil up the water. So yeah, so that's the fire maple X2 fixed star all-in-one cooking stove. So yeah, so that was a look at the Fire Maple cooking stove. As I said, there is going to be a link in the description to where you can purchase it from Amazon. There is, as I said, there is a £10 voucher currently off at the moment. So if you like the video, as always, remember, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe as well to the channel for the future videos. Hopefully the next few videos are going to be some wild camps. Just haven't been able to get out with a few things going on at the moment, but we'll be out there shortly. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one. If you have got anything in the meantime, by all means drop a note in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks.